Today we are taking up sloka number 20, 21, 22. I will read the sloka number 11. Yadaksharam Vedavido Vatanti Vishanti Yadyatayo Vitaragaha Yadichando Brahmacharyam Charandi Tatte Padam Sangrahena Pravakshe. Arjuna asked a question on the beginning of this chapter. Kim Tad Brahma? What is this Brahma? What is the Tattvam, Swarupam, nature of Brahma? And Bhagavan replied on the third sloka, Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Aksharam. Aksharam Brahma Paramam. That is, Aksharam is the superior aspect of Brahma. Aksharam, which is indestructible. It cannot be destroyed. We are all Charam. Because we have a birth, we have a death, date of death. So we are all Charam. Plants, everything, whatever has been created, they are all one day going to go away. So Aksharam Brahma Paramam. And he was going on, Lord was talking about Aksharam. What is Aksharam? There he says, Yataksharam Vedavido Vadanti. The Jnanis talk about Aksharam. That I will tell you in detail in sloka number 20, 21 and 22. So that is the connection between this sloka and the earlier sloka. Sangrahena Pravakshe. I will tell you very clearly the sloka, the meaning of that. Now he says, Paratasmatu bhavo anyo avyakto avyaktat sanatanaha yaha sa sarveshu bhuteshu natsyassu na vinashyati. A little complicated words. Paraha tasmad tu bhavaha anyaha avyaktaha avyaktat sanatanaha. That's how to split. Yaha sa sarveshu bhuteshu natsyassu na vinashyati. This is the most superior goal which we have to achieve. Paraha. Paraha means exalted. Tasmad. In the previous slokas, he has talked about creation and all that things. So, Paraha Tasmad. Tasmad means previous. To Bhavaha Anyaha. So this is something different from what we talked about earlier. Because we also talked about Avyaktam and Vyaktam. Avyaktam is what is manifested, not manifested, that is not has come to our experience for the sense organs and the mind. That is called Avyaktam. And what we are seeing just now is Vyaktam, manifested. Only whatever is manifested we can see through the mind and through the sense organs. So he says, Tasmad, Bhavaha, Anyaha. So what he is talking about, Aksharam is, that is a different from that Avyakta. Avyakta is already unmanifested. So there is one more unmanifested Aksharam. Now, what is the difference between those two Avyakta? So we call it Avyakta 1, that is Maya. Because of Maya only we are able to, the world has, Jagat has come, the world has come. We all, human beings have come, living beings have come. That is because of Maya. And that is also Avyaktam, because we cannot see what is Maya, we don't know. Because it has not come for unmanifestation. It's a little difficult to understand this complicated stuff. But we had a discussion on this Avyaktam and Vyaktam. In the last class, I gave an example of the ice cream. So the ice cream thought is already in us in the form of vasana, innate tendencies in our Karana Shariram. We have three Sharirams: Stula, Sukshma, Karana Shariram. Stula is what we are visibly seen. I can see everybody, every part, every vegetables, every trees, every plantation, all the planets on the earth, all that I can see. That is Sukshma Shariram, grossification. But then when it becomes subtle, like the mind I will not be able to see. That is called Sukshma Shariram, which is not available for the senses, but for available for the mind. Sukshma Shariram. And there is a cause for these two Shariram, Stula and Sukshma, that is called Karana Shariram. That Karana Shariram is not at all possible to see for anybody. It is undivided, unmanifest item. But they are all inside. But you cannot differentiate between one thought to another thought in that particular Karana Avastha. See, for example, if you look at if I show you two seeds, one seed is mango tree, the other is from the jackfruit. So looking at the seed, you cannot make a difference because the seed looks very small, and inside the seed, the jackfruit tree is there, the mango tree is there, but it is not perceptible to our eyes. That is why it's called a Karana Sharira. The Sukshma Shariram is a Karyam. It has come out in the form of a thought or a desire, and then with the gross body, we do action. So an ice cream thought is in the vasana. When I see an ice cream vendor, that vasana comes out in the form of a desire, and then I get a thought in the mind. Then I go to that shop and buy that ice cream, which is seen by everybody. But the thought and desire is in me only in my mind. Nobody else can see. But when it goes to Karana Shariram, even that I don't know. Because Karana Shariram is absolutely indivisible and invisible also. So that is what is called as Avyaktam. So Avyaktam, the other definition is Maya. Brahman, with the help of Maya, is the cause for this Jagat world. Brahman, with the help of Maya, the help of Maya means Maya is not in Brahman, but Maya is a Shakti, power, available to Brahman. And with that Shakti, he has got the power to create. We have seen, there are two Karanams, Upadana Karanam and Nimitta Karanam. Upadana Karanam is the raw material cause, and Nimitta Karanam is the intelligent cause. Like in a pot, suppose a potter wants to make a pot. So raw material is clay. And the pot maker is the intelligent cause. So with these two, he can make pots. Similarly, gold and gold ornaments. Gold is the Upadana Karanam, material cause, And the goldsmith is the intelligent cause, and he is able to make the ornaments. When he makes the ornaments, what happens to the ornament? The ornament has two principles. One is the gold as a content. All the ornaments have gold as the content. But the different articles coming out of the gold, like bangles, ring, chain, they are nothing but nama rupam, shape and a name. Nama rupam. So if a thief comes to a particular jeweler shop, he will not go and say, I will take a bangle or a ring or this thing. He will see what is the weight, what has got a high weight. That he will take, because that weight, gold is supposed to be the real vastu. That has the value. But the Namarupa has no value. So if you go and ask your the goldsmith says, okay, you take the gold and I take the Namarupa. So that is not possible. Because Namarupa is only a karyam. That is why it is called Vyaktam. So Vyaktam is nothing but giving a Namarupa. So now Bhagavan says, there is Vyaktam, there is Avyaktam 1, that is based on Maya, and then Avyaktam 2, which is beyond that Avyaktam 1. So we call it as Avyaktam 2. Avyaktam 2 is nothing but Brahman. So what is the difference between Avyaktam 2 and Avyaktam 1? Avyaktam 1 is with Maya, which is Mithya. It is not there. Whereas Avyakta 2 is Brahman, which is Satyam. So Mithya, Satyam. Difference. Second is Maya can have changes, vikaram. It can take any shape, like the gold taking the shape of an ornament or this or that. Whereas in the case of Brahman, absolutely no vikaram, avikaram, we call it. Absolutely no this thing. So these are the few differences between Mithya and Satyam, or between Avyakta 1 and Avyakta 2. Why we are talking about this Avyakta 1 and Avyakta 2? In the previous 17, 18th sloka, Lord Krishna said that Brahma's one day is 1000 Chatur Yugas. And Chatur Yuga is all the duration of the 4 yugas. Kali Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, Satya Yuga, Krita Yuga. So all these put together, it is 43 lakhs 20,000 years. That is called one Chatur Yuga. 1000 such Chatur Yugas is the day of Brahman. And what happens to Brahma in the night? Same 1000 Chatur Yugas. At that time, all the creations, what is Vyaktam, available for our perception, that goes into Avyakta stage. Avyakta stage means it goes to unmanifested. It is there. It is not destroyed. It is not destroyed. It is there in the Avyakta form, unmanifested form, which we cannot see. But when Brahma gets up after 1000 Chatur Yugas, again whatever is Avyaktam stored in the before the going to bed, going to sleep, Brahma, these becomes Vyaktam. So the day of Brahman starts with all the Vyaktam. So whatever he has stored, everything comes out. Exactly like our sleep. As I told you, that when we get up from sleep, during the sleep, we don't know that I have slept. No. After getting up from sleep, yes, I slept well. That I slept well, who is talking about it? That is that Avyakta 2, Brahman. So Brahman never sleeps. It is a witness. It is available for the past, present, future. That's why when I see a photo of myself it was taken at the age of 3 or 4, I always say this is me when I was 3 years old. You may tell to your grandchildren. I mean, you're able to remember the same I was there, and the same I was there previously also. He is a witness. So that means Avyakta 1, which is part of Maya, is nothing but a storehouse, a dormant state for all our daily daytime activities. We go to sleep, and when we get up in the morning with the same activities what has been before we went to sleep, again it comes out in the morning. That's why a doctor will know that I have to do this operation, and some businessman will say I have to travel today. So all that memory, everything is that nothing is lost. It is not a new person, the same old person. He is coming out in the form of Vyakta, manifested. So what Bhagavan here says is, there is one Avyaktam which is beyond this Avyakta. Avyaktad Sanatanaha. So if you see the sloka, Paraha Tasmat tu Bhavaha Anyaha Avyaktaha Avyaktad Sanatanaha. Avyaktad Sanatanaha means from that Maya Avyakta, it is different. It is not the same. It is totally different. And that is called Para. Paraha Tasmat. That means that is the original Brahman. So if anybody thinks that sleep will cure all my worries and problems, yes, during the sleeping time it is available. But after you get up from sleep, the time is, because during sleep we don't know the time also, because mind is not there, space is not there. So the time and space, all these comes up only when you wake up in the morning. Because when I wake up in the morning, first thing I see the time, whether it is 6:30 or 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. So the time comes only after that. But if anybody thinks that time is a healer, no, time is not a healer. Nochur Venkataraman says in one of his discourses, we should never depend on time to solve the riddle of working life, worldly life. We should never depend on time to solve the riddle of worldly life. Time can never heal anything. Time can never heal. Time will continue bringing in more and more bondage. Time is giving also bondage. Continue bringing more and more bondage, because time itself is a sign of bondage. Again, he says, when we have time left, suppose there's some time left, what do we do? When we have left in our life, it should, that more karma is on the way. So if you got more time, more karmas will come. More karmas means more bondage, because punyam pabam, more bondage will come. That means we have more destiny to go through. Jnanam alone can heal. That means the remedy for all these things, you should get jnanam. Jnanam about what? Brahman. Acquire this and stay the center here, and all time ends in jnanam. That is, they call it avidya karma avidya kama karma. Avidya means ignorance, kama means desire, karma means action. So we are revolving in this particular cycle. So what Krishna says here is, the second line, yaha saha sarveshu bhuteshu nachyatsu. If all the jivas get destroyed, or it goes into pralaya stage, unmanifested stage, but in me, when somebody comes to me, that means avyakta too, that is Brahman, na vinashyati. That means whatever we have, jnanam has, we got it, that jnanam will remain ever. It will never get destroyed, even in pralaya. So that is why we have a Jivan Mukta and Vijay Mukta. In Jivan Mukta, what happens? He has acquired Jnanam. What is the Jnanam he has acquired? I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not this intellect. So naturally, there is no death for him. So even if he sleeps, suppose Jnanis are sleeping, yes, but Jnani sleeps without any bondage because he has no time sense, he has no time factor. In our case, we have to achieve this within this particular time. I have to go here, I have to go there. So that tension is also not there, stress is not there. So Bhagavan says, that is called paraha. Paraha tasmat tu bhavaha anyaha. Avyaktat sanatanaha. Sanatanaha means ever existing. There's no end. It is infinite. Infinite has no end. It is infinite. Sanatana. That's why we call our dharma Sanatana Dharma. That dharma is there all the time. There is no destruction for the dharma, Sanatana Dharma. But somebody may ask, what is the benefit I get out of this? I am here with whatever I am enjoying now. Let me enjoy the samsara world life. I don't want to go for the jnanam and all that. But what Bhagavan says is, every one of us should have a goal. What is the goal in life? Today we don't have any goal because we are randomly traveling. Even if you want to go on a holidays, you plan before because you want to go as have enjoyment. Either in the case of summer, we go to cool places like Ooty and all that. So we have a goal. But in our life, what is the goal? In our life, the goal is that I have to be Purnam. I should be complete. I don't want to depend on any outsiders for my health, for my fullness. But today we are only depending on outside for all our needs, fullness. I am not able to stay on my own. Because unfortunately, Bhagavan has created all our sense organs in the body looking only outward. Paranchikani Vetinat Swayambhuhu. That means every organ, sense organs is projected outside. It has no time to go back inside. Ramana Maharshi used to say, Chirimbi Par. Look back. That we are not doing. Look back means what? How these things have come. How the body has come. How the mind has come. How the intellect has come. And for what? So there is in Taittiriya Upanishad, in the Brahmavali, how the creation came in the beginning. So he talks about Brahma vidapnoti param. Brahmavid apnoti param. The one who knows Brahma, he knows everything. Apnoti, he gets it. Tadesha bhyukta. Satyam, Jnanam, Anandam, Brahma. These are the three things for Brahma. Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyomanda. It is all inside us also, in our hearts. Sosnute sarvan kaman saha brahmano vipachiteti, brahmana vipachiteti. So the one who knows Brahman, he knows that tasmadva, from that, etat smad atmana akasha sambhutaha. So the space has come by the sankalpa of Brahman. So space is not original. It is not created in the, it has not come as a swayambhu by itself. No. Space is also created. So when the space is created, naturally time is also created. Desha kala parichinna. And from the space, he says, Akashat Vayu. From Vayu, it came to Agni. Agni to Apaha, water. From water to earth. So this is a cycle of evolution. The same thing happens in the case of involution. Our human body, the gross body, has come from these 5 elements, Panchabhutas. From the Panchabhutas, we got these elements, 5 elements, and by a combination of these 5 elements, we got this body, gross body. Similarly, gross Stula Prapancha, the world also. At the time of death, what happens is, 2 things happens. One is, all these 5 elements which is manifested in our body goes back to their respective Sushma elements, Sushma Bhutam. See, for example, we have got heat in our body. So that heat will go back to original Agni. Water content in our body will go to that Jalam. The space we occupy goes back to earth. And the air we are breathing in will go back to Vayu, that subtle element. That means Sukshma Shariram. And the space we vacate. So that means at the time of death, what happens is these 5 Panchikrita element, gross elements, goes back to their original elements, subtle body. And the subtle body came from where? Maya. That is Karana Shariram. So they go back to Karana Shariram. In the case of a Jnani, he has 2 deaths. One is the physical death. The other is the death of Karana Shariram also. So, Stula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram, plus the Karana Shariram. The Karana Shariram is separate. Stula and Sukshma Shariram is one. So, the Jivan Mukta gives up these 3 bodies, Shariram, 3 Shariram. Because he has already acquired Jnanam. And in the acquired Jnanam, what is the benefit for him? I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am not this. So that means he is free today. He does not depend on the world for his fulfillment. They used to say always that we have a stomach and we have a mind. The stomach cannot be filled completely. If I eat food today just now, after 2 hours, again I have to go and eat something else because that is empty at that time. The mind is also the same situation. The mind is also, it is a wonderful creation by Bhagavan, the mind. That means the mind says, I want this, I want that. My desire goes on endlessly and I am not satisfied at any point of time. But if you fill the mind with the Brahmajnanam, what happens? If you fill the mind with Brahmajnanam, that Brahmajnanam will stay forever. It is fulfilled. That is Purnam. That is called the Purna Purusha. That is what Jivan Mukta. And when the Videha Mukti comes, whatever Prarabdha Karma the body has, that will also go away. That is why it's called a Videha Mukti. So this is the goal we should all acquire. We want to have this goal. See, today what happens is our goal is that I want money. I will do everything to get money by legal methods, illegal methods, by corruption, by forgery, by fraud. Everything I will do because I want to amass wealth. But that wealth is not going to give you purnatvam. Because we have seen so many wealthy people outside. They may have car, palace, all 5-star air conditioner rooms and all that, but mentally they are not happy. We have seen number of people. So that means they all don't know what is their goal. What is the goal in life to be achieved? And that is what he says is the laksham should be that I want to be free from this samsara. That is, in the 19th sloka, he said, our body is nothing but dukkhalayam. Dukkhalaya means it's a repository for all our sorrows. And again, how? Ashashvatam. No, sorry, Shashvatam. It is never permanent also. It goes on changing. Today I will say, okay, I want to amass wealth. Okay, I have got wealth. Then next time I will say, I want to be Bill Gates or I want to be somebody else, bigger than that man. That means there is no end for these desires, aspirations. So he says now in the next sloka, 21, Avyaktokshara ityuktaha tamahuhu paramam gadim yam prapya na nivartante tadzama paramam mama. Avyaktaha aksharam. Now he has given a new name. Originally it was Brahman. Then now we call Avyakta 2. Then we call Akshara. Ityuktaha tamahu paramam gadim. So I will reach, if I have, this is my goal, I will reach the ultimate end. That is, my goal is free from samsara. Yam prapya, what is the benefit you get? After achieving this, na nivartante. That means there is no punarjanma for me. There is no rebirth for me. Rebirth is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. So that means I am free from this dukkha alayam. Yam prapya na nivartante taddama paramam mama. Taddama means that is my abode. So what is the abode? Once we reach Bhagavan, the residence of Bhagavan, that is within us also, then you have no return journey also. An equivalent to when I have a US visa, I have a tourist visa, B1, B2, I go there, they allow, even though the visa is for 10 years, but they allow, the immigration allows me to stay only for 6 months, then I have to come back. And by some method, if I get my green card, then maybe I could stay for some more time. And then I become a citizenship, then I become, it's not permanent. Again, you have to die there also. Instead of dying in India, you will die there. So this is what it is. So all the lokas, Abrahma Bhuvanan Lokaha, up to Brahma Loka, when you reach Brahma Loka, if you don't get this jnanam, you will have to come back. So that means we have to fall into this dukkhalayam, sorrowful state of affairs. So if option is ours, choice is ours, whether we want to get liberation or not. See, there is a wrong conception about devotion. There is a devotee and there is a devotion. Who is a devotee? The one who goes, who thinks that Bhagavan is there. So he goes to temple. So we call him a devotee. What about the devotion? Devotion is not at that particular point of time, you can say he has some bhakti. Devotion is bhakti. But it is not 100% bhakti. So next sloka he will talk about what is called Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti is that I will explain to you in the next sloka. So here he says, Yam prapya na nivartamde tadjama paramam mama. Even if many people say, Surga prapti adanjan nalan julva, or Brahma lokatuku poyachu nalan julva number. But that is not permanent. That is only temporary, a transition period. You are totally liberated only if you do not get Brahmajnanam, then you are not able to, you have to come back. Like, birth and death, you have to come back. Whether you like it or not, that is not is a different issue. But according to the Punya Papa Karma balance, your next Janma will be decided. Even if you got a feeble desire in your mind, very feeble desire, I have removed every desire of mine, but I have still a small desire. That desire can also become a hurricane. Because, for example, if you take a spark and put it on a haystack, it will slowly start igniting that thing and it becomes a big fire, hurricane, holocaust. And it will destroy the entire, not only the haystack, as well as the neighboring areas also. So you have to control that desire at the time of thinking. If I create some thought in my mind, I should evaluate whether he is going to give me moksha or whether he is going to destroy me by continuous desires. So that is why, watch your thought. From vasana, one thought is coming, but it is for me either to accept the thought or evaluate the thought and curb it at the time itself. Nip it in the bud, they call it. But if you don't nip it in the bud, it can destroy you completely. We have seen examples of how Ravana went after Sita and ultimately he died. He lost the battle with Rama. So all the desires will ultimately end in our destruction. So he says now, how to achieve this? How to get this? How to reach the abode of Brahman? So he says, 22nd sloka, Purushaha sa parapartha bhaktya labhyat vananyaya yasyantastani bhutani yena sarvamidam tadam. Purushaha sa paraha partha bhaktya labhyati ananyaya yasyantastani bhutani yena sarvamitam tadam. So the first line says how you can get this Aksharam, Brahman or Purusha. He has introduced another word here, Purusha. Purusha is nothing but a Purna Purusha. He has no desire at all. He is complete, full. He is Paraha. He is superior, superlative. Partha, Arjuna, Bhaktya, Labati, Ananyaya Bhaktya. So you see the word, adjective to Bhaktya, Ananyaya Bhaktya. What is this Ananyaya Bhaktya? It means we think there is only, Bhakti is nothing but go to Bhagavan and pray. Offer some coconut, offer some fruits and homa or whatever it is. That is what we normally call it as Bhakti. Bhaktya. So Bhakti has the details of this Bhakti will be talked about in chapter number 12. But here we will see a small portion of the Bhakti. The Bhakti has three categories of Bhaktas. And the first category has three divisions. What are the three divisions? Bhaktan, the devotee, then Ishvara, Bhagavan, and then what do you want to achieve? So a Bhakta goes to Bhagavan to get something. A Bhakta goes to Bhagavan to get something, Lakshya, whatever is the Lakshya. If I want money, I go and pray to Bhagavan. He gives me money. If I want some sickness to be solved, cured, I go to Bhagavan. We have seen earlier, Artha, Artharthi, Bhaktas, and Jitnyasu, the one who wants to know Bhagavan. Then Mumukshu. So the three divisions of this Bhakti, Bhaktan, Ishvara, and what do you want to achieve? Lakshya. Three goals. This is the starting of the Bhakti. Whatever you want to do, you have to start somewhere. And this is what is called as gross Bhakti. Because we have seen Saguna and Nirguna. What is Saguna? Saguna Bhakta means, Ishvara means, he has like Guru Ayappan. He has limbs. He has 4 hands. In each hand, he has got something in the hand. Sudarshana Chakram, all that things. Or you take about Lalita. Yes. So, this is Saguna because we are tuned to see, we want to see everything through our sense organs. Eyes can only see such limbs and other things. So that creates a devotion to the God. Saguna Bhakta. The same thing when I go to Nirguna Bhakta, like Shivalinga, or a Spadigam, or a turmeric lump. We invoke Ganapati during our Ganapati Puja. Ganapatim Avahayami, we say. So that is called Nirguna Upasana. Saguna is easy to follow. We go to the temple, we see the decorations, we see the ornaments, we see the kirida and all that. That is Saguna. The Nirguna is, we have to conceive. A stone is there. On the stone, the Shivalinga is nothing. It's only of course, we had sandalwood paste and this and that, but originally, if you see at the Nirmaliam stage, it will be only a stone with a lump at the top. Because the mind has to become subtle. From gross, we should go to subtler things. Then only we can see the inner side of it. Sukshma. We only see the casually what is outside, but we never go inside at all. So what is there inside? Inside there is something different. So that is what is contemplation. So this bhakti is to start with. 3 divisions in the bhakti, Bhaktan, Ishvara, and the goal to be achieved. What is the second bhakti, second type of bhakti? Previously we had 3 divisions, now it's only 2 divisions. What are the 2 divisions? Bhaktan and Ishvara. So what happened to the Lakshyam? So that means he does not want anything from Bhagavan, but he wants to know Bhagavan. Who is Bhagavan? What is Bhagavan? Suppose we want to give our flat for rental basis. We find out, what is the type of fellow, whether he will keep the flat properly or whether he will create some legal problems. So we try to understand what are his characteristics and all that. Similarly here in the second bhakti, the Bhaktan and the Ishvara, but he would like to get a complete knowledge of Ishvara, and for that, he goes to various scriptural studies or satsangs and all that he will do. So that is the second type of bhakti, slightly superior to the earlier one. And the third bhakti, third division of the bhakti is Aikyam. Bhaktan and Bhagavan, two things are not there. Bhaktan and Ishvara, there's only one, Aikyam. He says, I am Bhagavan. And Bhagavan is myself. Aham Brahmasmi. That is called Uttama Bhakti. Ultimate Bhakti. Atyantika Bhakti. So you can see the stages, Initially, go to temple, worship, increase your devotion. In the second stage, Bhagavan is going to give me everything. Bhagavan is Sarvatnyan, Sarvavyapi. He knows everything what is in you, what requirements are in you. Everything he knows. Then where is the question of our going and seeking him? Give me this, give me that, cure my sickness, give me money, give me children to my children, sons. All that. Why should we go and beg? He knows everything. He is a storehouse of everything. He is like a departmental mall. Everything is available to him. But still, what happens is we are petty people. We go and seek only small things, minor things. So Bhagavan says, you seek me, take me. Exactly what Arjuna did in that before the Kurukshetra war. Both Duryodhana and Arjuna went, and Arjuna was sleeping. And Duryodhana went and sat near the head so that Lord will see him first, and Arjuna went to the leg side. That is, he surrendered. And he got Bhagavan. And Duryodhana got all the armies. But then who won firstly, ultimately? So surrender. So that means normal bhakti, what we have, we are not talking about normal bhakti, we are talking about Ananya Bhakti. Anya Bhakti to Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti means I want only Bhagavan. I am Bhagavan. That Aikya Jnanam is what is the ultimate in bhakti. Our senior citizen home is called Ananya Shelters Private Limited. That Ananya you can see now. And Uma Maheshwari's daughter's name is also Ananya. That's how that name has come here. And again in Bhagavad Gita chapter 9, Ananyas Chintayan Stomam Yejana Paryupasate Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Bhagamyakam. If you surrender to me completely, not piecemeal, I will look after your Yogakshemam. I will look after everything for you. But unfortunately, we have still some doubt whether Bhagavan will come. If I give up everything and I say, okay, from tomorrow I am at the devotee of Bhagavan. He will look after me. And we want Bhagavan to come and look after me. Possible if you have got Ananya Bhakti. Divisionless Bhakti. In Sanskrit, there are 7 cases. Prathama, Dvitiya, up to Saptami. We say Ramaha Prathama. Then when you go to Dvitiya, Ramaya, Ramena, Ramasya, Ramat. That means we add so many prepositions. That means that is not Ananya Bhakti. There's only one Rama. That means when you say Ramat, that means from Rama I want something. Ramayana, I want to give something to Rama. Ramasya location. So 7 vibhaktis are there. But when you say Ananya Bhakti, it is only Prathama, only one Bhakti. So that is what he says here in the sloka. Purushaha sa paraha partha bhaktya labhyast ananyaya yasyandasthani bhutani yena sarvamidam tadam. What he says is yasyantaha thani bhutani yena sarvamidam tadam. Bhagavan says very clearly, everything in the world, in the living being, all living beings are in me. All living beings are in me. And I am pervading all the living beings. I am pervading all the living beings. To give an example, the water in the ocean, you go to see, Marina Beach in Madras. Are we going to see the water? Or are we going to enjoy the waves? High waves, low waves, making a big noise and all that. So what do we enjoy? We enjoy the waves. We are not going there to see water. If you want to see water, we can see it in the house itself, or in the well, or in the lake. But we don't go there. So if the water can speak, the water says, all waves are in me. All waves are in me, water says. Correct? Yes. And again, the water says, I am in all the waves. I am in every wave. Because every wave is nothing but water. Similarly, Bhagavan says, all jivas are in me. Everything has come from me. And I am pervading all the jivas. Because if the sentiency is not given to us, we are dead, inert. We are jadam. So that means Bhagavan says, but for me, you are existing. And all of you are existing in me. It's a contradictory statement. In the 9th chapter, first few shlokas will give a very clear explanation to this particular statement. Mai sarvani bhutani sanyasaste sukham vashi. It is there, so many good shlokas are there. There he will explain what is the meaning of I am in you, but I am not in you. Both he says, I am in you, I am not in you. Because you depend on me, I do not depend on you. So this contradictory statement will be clearly explained in the next 9th chapter. So here he says, you understand this? The water says in the ocean, I am in all the waves are in me, and I am pervading all the waves. In the case of ornaments also, the gold can say, I am in all the ornaments, and all the ornaments are in me. It is there in a subtle form, in the form of Namarupa. When it comes out, it becomes Namarupa. The sum and substance of these 3 shlokas are, he is giving a definition for Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Aksharam Brahma Paramam means that should be our superior goal. So if that superior goal we have to achieve, then he has given the methodology Ananya Bhaktya. There's also a question can come. In the case of Bhakti Yoga, we call it Upasana Yoga. Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga. Upasana Yoga is also called a Bhakti Yoga. And there we have seen Upasana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga cannot give Jnanam directly. It only gives you eligibility for Jnanam. That is, you are qualified for this Jnanam. But how you say Ananya Bhakti will give Jnanam directly? Because Ananya Bhakti is nothing but Jnanam. Indivisible Bhakti. That is, Bhakti is not divided. It is not divisible. Single Bhakti, unitary Bhakti. So the difference is that what is the type of Bhakti we are talking about? Mostly it is Upasana Bhakti because we are all not realized people. So Aksharam he called it, Brahman he called it, Purusha he calls it, Avyaktam is called it. All these are representing Brahman, that single Atma which is in us. Aham Brahma Asmi. That is the Aikyam, Mahavakyam. So to explain that, he has spent these three shlokas, and with this, Arjuna's questions have been answered. But now, in the next six verses, from 23 to 28, he will be talking about what happens to the person after death. So which route he is taking. So that is all explained in the next six slokas till end of this chapter. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Hari Om Sri Guru Namaha Hari Om.